Happy Tuesday. I hope you're all well. Hope everyone is okay. Hope you all had a good weekend. I had a lush weekend. I caught up with some friends which I haven't seen for way too long, a stupid amount of time, which is ridiculous because we should have done it a lot earlier. And had the most amazing weekend. Really lovely, which was fantastic. Busy in the shop. We've had some deliveries, so we managed to get all that stuff that we were showing you in the What's in the Box online now. So there is the new Fleur Nouveau, the Rancho Relaxo, Autumn Days, all of that new Sevenberry, that Japanese fabric. That is all on our website now, and I have done fat quarter bundles of all of it as well. So if you go onto our website, into shop, into fabric, into fat quarters, you'll find all those fat quarter bundles in there. I've also done a brand new one today as well, which is all the new Spectrum colours, which are like these ice cream sorbet type colours as well. So if you wanted fat bundles, lots of you asking when we were doing the What's in the Box on Friday about fat quarter bundles of those new ranges, they are all available. So they're all there. Everything else is all gone on the website, I think so anyway. Hi Anne, hi Natalie, hi Eileen, hello my lovelies. We're going to have a little bit of a play today. We're going to have a little bit of a mess around with something that I've just been, again, playing with. You still have the Spectrum ones. I know they're gorgeous, aren't they, Anne? They're just really good together, really lovely, sort of yumminess. So, and sometimes we kind of ignore the solids, don't we, a little bit? Sometimes it's a bit like, oh, they're a bit boring. But actually, they work really well together and will make a beautiful project in their own right. You don't need to necessarily add anything. Hi, did you say you're going to do an Autumn Days kit? I am, lovely, but the kits are going on Create and Craft. If you want to do the hedgerow quilt, I believe it's 6.5 meters and then the panel, but I will put the details up on our website for you if you want to do that hedgerow quilt in the Autumn Days. You can then choose which 6, because there's 14 fabrics in that range, so I wouldn't want to do, I might give you the wrong 6, but if I put the instructions up for hedgerow, you can see, and then you can just order the 1/2 meters that you need. Is that okay? You want a cascade fat quarter bundle? Oh, unfortunately we only have like 4 or 5 of those. Eileen, if you want a fat quarter bundle done of the 5 that we've got, just drop us a message, love. I can do that, no problem for you. But we've only got about 5 in the range. We haven't got the full cascade bundle, I'm afraid. So who else is saying hello? Sorry, my darlings. Hi Angela, hi Kate, hi Lindy Lou, hi Carolyn, hi Jean, hi Grace, hi Karen. Brilliant. Hello, my darlings. Right, so we are just going to crack on with this, okay? Because this is, I actually don't have a finished sample to show you because this is something that I've been playing with on paper. And because but then I was like, oh, do you know what? We can play together. We can play together. So this is based all round quarter square triangles. So we're going to have a little look at those, and then about, oh, hang on, no, the picture's gone, hasn't it, my darlings? Right, let me just wiggle everything. Come on, picture. Sorry. What, the USB is malfunctioned and Windows doesn't recognise it. What is going on? Sorry guys, I don't know what's happened here. It's just not working. Right, try that. Cameras are being funny. Right, hang on, I'm coming back over here. Trying to... Okay, it is being funny. I don't know what's happening. Right, I'm gonna have to try and unplug it and replug it in. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the overhead. Let me see if this is now working. Sorry guys. Reset, yeah. No, it's still not working. Okay. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Because I can't really show you what the hell I'm doing then. Sorry guys. Don't know why this is not working. It's just saying it's resetting, but give me a second. Let's have a play. Okay, right, I've just got to go into the software, so bear with me a second, my darlings. So we're going to go to the overhead camera. Let me try just resetting this one. Okay, so activate it. Aha! Oh, I might have got it back. Let's see. Let's go back to Facebook. Okay. Are we... No, it's frozen now, is it? Is it frozen? Is it frozen? No, we're not. We're there. Woohoo! No, it's not breaking. I'm here. I'm here. I'm going to order a new camera because that one keeps doing that. So I'm wondering whether the actual camera's faulty. But I'm back. I'm back. Right, my lovely. So what I was saying is basically I've been looking at quarter square triangles, but breaking them up with sashing and then putting it all on point. So we're going to start by making some of these, and then we're going to put the sashing on and see what happens. All right. So quarter square triangles are really easy to do. They're done from half square triangles, so that is exactly what we're going to do. I've cut these as 5-inch squares, so this would work brilliantly if you have a charm pack there you want to use. Okay, so this would work with a charm pack. I'm cutting this out of this new Fleur. I cut this out of the new Fleur Nouveau one, which again you can do a fat quarter bundle of. It's on there, or you can buy them, just off the bolt. Mainly because I want to make a sample of it, because I'm going to be taking a small amount of it onto Create and Craft. So I wanted to make a sample up. So I thought, well, I'll do this pattern in these fabrics and see how it works. So I think they're beautiful, these. So we're going to start by making some half square triangles. So I've got 5-inch squares, right sides together, usual nonsense, diagonal line, 1/4 inch either side. This would work really well with any size square, this pattern. It would work brilliantly with charm packs. If you've got a layer cake, I think you could make a stunning quilt top really quickly with a layer cake in this. Right, so I'm going to take them over to the machine, and I'm going to go 1/4 inch either side, okay? So let's check we're okay over here. Do. Hopefully we are. And then I'm just going to go 1/4 inch either side. Hopefully it's yes, we're working. Just checking that camera malfunctioning hadn't what's the word? Oh, I've got wedges on and couldn't get the foot pedal right then. There we go. So down that side, I'm going to chain piece these for quickness, and then we're going to go down this side. Just put that one back together because it's moved a weeny bit. There we go. Like that. And then we're going to go down the other side. Now I know there's some people that are really clever and can chain piece without snipping them all apart, but I just get into such a muddle, I never bother. I always just snip it apart and then redo it. There we go. Down that way. And Fleur Nouveau, it is. It's beautiful, isn't it? Thanks, Nikki. It is, yeah. It's a brand new range. It is on our website. I got it on last week. There is fat quarter available as well as voltage, and it's beautiful. It's like pale greens and soft sort of appley greens, and with different shades of lilac and purple. It's really pretty. Right, back over we go. Let's see if this is working. We'll see if we're still okay. And we're gonna chop these up the line. So quarter square triangles are very easy. It's just, half square triangles done twice basically. But it's something we don't do very often. Randomly, I don't tend to use them in patterns very often. So I'm trying to remedy that. And I've been playing around with just drawing out and graphics on this block. And I thought, well, let's play with it together. So I'm going to iron them out towards the darker fabric. Here we go, like that, and like that. So obviously I've got 2 half squares in that colourway, and then 2 half squares in this colourway. Cool, I'm just doing the same way, like that. There we go. Okay. Now, with quarter squares, you can absolutely put these two, as you can see, like that, they're exactly the same, but you can put these two back together. Okay, so I would be putting these so that the opposite is touching the opposite, like that. Basically nest up that seam, like that, okay. And then what you end up getting is a quarter square with just 2 fabrics, which will look like that, okay. So you can do that. That's one way of doing it, and you could do that with this pattern. Or you can mix and match them. So you can make all your half square triangles, and then you can put them, so you've got 4 different fabrics there. You can put them together. And the trick with getting good half square triangles is your nesting. So really sort of roll that seam and make sure that it's nicely tucked up, like really butted in together. Okay, that your seams are going in opposite directions and you're really got that nicely butted up. I do use pins as well, always with quarter squares. I just find it does work better as well. So here we go, like that. Okay. And then if my seam's going this way, so this time I want my diagonal line to go the other. Now, like I said, you can keep them the same and you get a different look again. You get like that hourglass, which is what they call hourglass, when these two are the same and these two are the same. I'm doing it as different ones, okay? So I'm going to pop a diagonal line now going in the opposite way to your seam that's there, like that. And exactly the same as we did before, we're going to do 1/4 inch either side. I'm going to do that on both of them. So I've got plenty to play with. So you would easily get a cushion cover, a bit more than that. You get 2 or 3 cushions out of, I've got 5 different fabrics from the range, and just a long quarter of each of them. You'd get a set of cushions. You'd get a small lap quilt out of sort of 1.25 meters, 1.5 meters. Okay, same again, 1/4 inch either side. So what have you all been up to? I loved seeing everybody's stuff that they were putting on yesterday on Gigglers. Sian always does like Makers Monday, doesn't she? And you all show us what you've been up to. There's been some gorgeous stuff. Loving the basket you were making, Carolyn, with Sarah. Thought that was great. Really, really nice. Something I've not had ever done is like willow weaving like that. I know, Anne, you had a little go at some, didn't you, as well? Yeah, some really, really interesting stuff there. I do like to see what you're making. It's fab. Lots of you have loved that Christmas wool we were showing you as well. We haven't got much left of the one of them. So if you did like it and you want to have a go at making those stockings or making like chunky Christmas hats and stuff, you want to grab it quick, because it was a limited edition in that one. We can't what's the word? We can't reorder it. Once it's gone on that, because it's Christmas. They only order a small amount in. Hi Holly, how are you, lovely? There we go. Right. So pins out. We take those out. There we go. We're going to go back over here. I'm just going to clip this all apart. So, back up, draw up, cut up again, diagonal line. And we're going to do, remember that little 4-patch trick? That works on 1/4 square triangles as well. So, I've done it lots and lots of times. You're going to look at where that seam is just there, okay, and just take out those couple of stitches. So I'm just going to ping that one out. Use a needle like that, pulls out quite easily. Go the other side and just ping it out that side as well. There we go, like that. Right. And then when you open this out like that, it does that lovely little 4-patch thing that it does on a 4-patch. Okay, you get. Can you see you've got that nice little you can see all 4 fabrics on the back. Sorry, I've got hiccups. And then I find that what that does is get that point, it really swirls nicely, and that point's really good. Okay, so I'm just going to very quickly do a couple more of these, and then we're going to talk about the sashing. So, like I said, this could be done in absolutely any size. What have I got dripping or ticking over there? I can hear something like tick, tick. what it is. It's driving me potty. You know when you've got a drip going in the background, but it's not a drip. I don't know what it is. Most strange. Right, there we go, and then I can do that little 4-patch thing. I'm just going to do 2, and we're just going to square up 2 of these, okay? Just so that... Sorry, we had a leak in the kitchen yesterday, and now I'm a bit paranoid that other things are leaking as well. I'd scrubbed the boys' bathroom and put what's the word? Put like bleach and water all down so I could really scrub the floor. And suddenly my husband's like, "What's leaking into the kitchen?" And it found obviously the smallest gap because the bathroom is right above the kitchen and was coming through the kitchen ceiling. I kind of put way too much down. So what we're going to do now is we're going to square these up. So because I started with 5-inch, it goes down by a whole inch when you do quarter squares, because by the time you've done your half squares and then your quarters, these are going to square up to 4 inches. So if you started with a layer cake, which is 10-inch, your quarter squares, this unit, would end up at 9-inch. Okay, so just remember that whatever size you start with is going to be a whole inch difference. So I know that these are going to be squared to 4 inches by 4 inches. So I want the 2 by 2 line on my ruler, and that's going to go right dead centre there, like that. And then I'm using my 45-degree line to go along the seam and move that around until, so my 2 by 2 is right dead centre and my 45 is right along the seam. And then I can trim these down like that. Okay. So these are quite small, but that's because I was like, it's to do with a charm square. But I quite like when I'm hoping, because I'm liking the graphic that's happening. I think it's going to look quite cute being all little tiny. Well, they're not that tiny. They're 4 inches, so they're not that tiny. But I think it'd be quite cute. There we go. So I'm off to my mum's tomorrow. Mum, if you're watching, just to remind you, I'm coming to you tomorrow because we've got to alter the dress I've bought for the renewal. So I swear to God, they think everybody's 6 foot tall. Honestly, I've got to cut off about that much off the bottom. And my mum's a much better dressmaker than I am, so we're going up there to do that. And then on Thursday, Tom's got his GCSE results. So that's going to be fun. We've got to go and do that. What I'm doing now is just line these out so that, can you see these are joining up like that and like that, and then that one would be there. Now I wonder if you could do it so that it was that way as well as that way. You might be able to. So if I did that to there, so that's that way, that would make that one there, wouldn't it? And then that would make that, no, I don't think it is. I think it's always gonna, yeah, then it's not gonna work both ways. So what I'm going to do is make sure that this, because I want the sashing to look like it's bisecting these diamonds. So let's have that there. But that's worked there. Oh, this is going to drive me crazy. If I do that now, it is going to drive me crazy, isn't it? Totally. Oh yeah, because I've managed, I wonder if that's because I've managed to get them the wrong. So the ones I made last night, the greens are opposite, and then the lilacs are opposite. But the ones I've made today, I've managed to do lilacs together and greens together, which is why it's not working. I think if you were really mega careful, which obviously I haven't been, it would work both ways. It should work both ways, I think. But anyway, we're just going to have to go for it now. What I'll do is I'm going to carry on playing with this afterwards, not today, but in the evenings, and write it up as a pattern, because the graphic, like I said, the graphic I've done I've really enjoyed, I really like, so I want to make it work. So I've cut, again, in a coordinating fabric, this is from the same range, 1.5 inch strips, and these are going to go down through. So because these were 4, I want 1.5 by 4 inch pieces, or you can cheat, and we can do this. So now I've got to make sure I've picked them up in the right order, haven't I? That one to that one, and that one. So you want to make sure that you can do this and line them on top with the edge that you want to stitch. You all still with me? Are you still doing the quilt along tomorrow evening? Yes, my darling, I am. Absolutely, yeah. I'll be back from Mum's by then. No problem at all. So, yeah, I'm going down during the day. So I will be back to do the quilt along tomorrow evening. What's that, Caroline? It was definitely different. I did it again, fried my brain at one point. I insisted on counting the weave, but when it was easier not to. Yeah, so maybe you can't. I think you've got to kind of be a little bit more organic, haven't you, Han, rather than getting too worried about pattern matching and stuff with willow even. Right, we're going to stitch down those, okay? I'm going to make sure. I'm going to have to do this separately because my brain's gone addled because I've managed to swivel them around somehow. There we go. So add that one in like that. There we go. And down we go. So if I was doing bigger squares, so say like if I was using a layer cake, I wouldn't be cutting 1 inch sashing. I think you need it to be proportional. Oh, hang on, I've just caught there. There we go. If I was using like 10-inch pieces down to 9, I'd probably be cutting 2.5 to 3.5 inch sashing strips, because I think you do need that proportionality with it. Okay, so look over here we go. There we go. Let's take that out and that out, and then I'm just going to line this up like that and trim off. Sorry, this is all a bit bitty today because it's like I said, we're playing with an idea. So I'm kind of not making it up as I go along because I kind of knew what I was going to be doing, but it's slightly being organic and changing as we go, mainly because I think I messed up those quarter squares. They are quarter squares, but if I'd done them the same way, it would work. I'm going to iron it towards the sashing, like that, okay, and then we want to make sure that I'm matching these. So that one's like that, and then I want a dark green there, like that. Okay, so I'm going to put those on the other side. There and there, like that. So we're going to stitch those down. Not need a basket, I loved working with willow. Oh, cool. Yeah, who was it? Was it somebody? It might have been Anne. Maybe it was Anne that did some willow work. I remember somebody telling me all about a class they went to. My brain's not working today, I'm afraid. There we go. There we go. Add that one onto there. Like that. I'm still got this flipping cold. I mean, I feel absolutely fine in myself now, but I'm still so bunged up. It's been a horrendous one, it really has. Okay. I'm just going to very quickly press these out. Sorry, I'm back over here, but I know I'm not on the camera because I'm just pressing a second. And again, I'm going to press towards the sashing, like that. Let's do the same with this one. I love this grey with it. No. Oh, well that does actually work. Look, because I've got those the same as well. I think you'd need to plan it out quite carefully, but we can at least do it with this. But you would make your rows, so you'd add another piece of sashing in, like that. You know, you'd add however many you were going to do in a row. I think, what would you need? A 4x4 for a cushion cover would work. Okay, like that. So I would make all my rows. I'm not going to do that now, obviously, because of time, but you're going to make your rows. Then we're going to do some little cornerstone pieces. So I've got 1.5 inch strip of a darker one, another coordinate, and I want a 1.5 inch square, and you would make these, as many of these as you've got intersection points basically. So one of those like that, and then I want two 1.5 by 4 inch pieces for this. So we're going to go 8 there, and then 4 there, like that. Okay, we're going to stick that one in between those two. Okay, we're doing basic cornerstones. So over here, cool. Yes, it was you, Addie. I thought I remembered it was you saying, but then I was like, oh, I'm not sure. Hi, Deborah. How are you, lovely? There we go. Go for that one. You've made a hair, Jean, from Willow. Oh my God, I want pictures of that. That sounds amazing. Again, I've just ironed it out towards the background fabric like we did with the other sashing. And then we're going to add this on the other side. There we go. Like that. Little tiny pieces. Obviously with this, you would like chain piece all this when you were ready. I'm doing just one tiny little sample at the moment. So, you know, but I would absolutely put all of these on as chain piece pieces. There we go. So that then is going to sit in the centre like that. So because we've always ironed towards this sashing fabric, it will nest really nicely. So I'm going to nest that point there. And I am pinning and being a good girl for a change. Pin there. And we're going to nest that point there. There we go. And pop a pin in there like that. Come on. And stitch down that, and then we can add this top piece on. Okay, nearly there. You haven't finished it properly yet. Oh, fair enough. Okay, well, I'd like a picture when you have finished it, hun. Okay. There we go. So all the way down we go. How's everybody getting on with their quilt along? Are you all up to date? How's everybody doing? We're going to be doing applique tomorrow night, so it's the applique block this time. Okay. You made a kiwi. I love that. Isn't that just a ball, Eileen? Am I being cheeky? There we go. So I'm just going to finger press that one out, and then we can add this one on now. Right, let me just make sure I'm putting it on the right way. No, I wasn't. That way. There we go. And then we're going to add that in like that. And then 2 seconds. Sorry, my lovelies. It's just trying to get that nesting in. There we go. Just pop another pin in there. Make sure that's all nice. Down again. You would just obviously do this along your row that you'd made. There we go. Tuck it all down. Oh, nearly. Make sure that, see, that's just pulling up there. There we go, got it. All the way down like that. There we go. Yes, you are. You met a kiwi bird. Ah! Sorry, lovely. I was thinking I said a kiwi fruit. I was thinking that's just a ball. What's going on? But you made a little kiwi bird, like a little bird. Very cute. I like that. There we go, lovely. So we're just going to press that out again. And again, we're pressing it always towards that sashing. There we go. Like that. Just give it a quick spritz, make it all light, nice and flat. A bit of best press. There we go. Okay, so what's that now measuring? That is now measuring 8.5. Yeah, 8.5 by 8.5. So you could make your blocks like that if you wanted to, but I would absolutely, I would put another piece of sash in. I would do mine in rows, you know, so I would put sashing in like that and have my rows go in like that. I'm really going to work out so that they always are opposite. I like that. I think that works really nicely. So you see, if I do that opposite there and that opposite there, these two aren't working. So I did something wrong somewhere. But yeah, then obviously this would be a little piece of purple in there again. So you'd have a little tiny tombstone in there and make up as many rows. I think it's it's quite an interesting because you get lots of different secondary patterns happening. And it's a nice way of using the charm pack up. You know, one charm pack, you'd get 4, like if you made 4 of these, if you did 4 by 4, beautiful cushion front, or you could make lots of blocks. If you were doing it with a layer cake, exactly the same technique with a layer cake, you'd make a quilt top really, really quickly. Okay, so yeah, I quite like this. Like I said, I'm playing around with it. I want to make sure that I get them so that they work opposites, but we're getting there. We're getting there. It's something I just wanted to show you that we were playing with, really, and a little bit of an idea. and a way of using these fabrics. You know, by doing 1/4 of a metre of 5 of the fabrics, you'd easily, you know, make a lap quilt with this. So anyway, that's it for today. Like I said, a bit of a messing around one today. Nothing like overly complicated, but it's a nice little technique. What's happening? So tomorrow we've got 7 o'clock, remember, because it's the week 5 of the quilt along, and it's the applique block. Okay, so that is tomorrow, but it's 7 o'clock, not 1 o'clock. And then Sarah is back on Thursday at 1 o'clock to do the next step of the crochet cardigan, if you're having a little go at that. We do still have, I think, only 2 patterns left, but we do have a couple of patterns there. So if you do want to have a go at that one, we had a lady literally come in just before I came over, has just come in and bought another one and more wool to make a cardi. It's going to look lush. So yeah, that's it from me today. I will see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock for the quilt along. Oh, sorry, you're talking about willow classes. Brilliant. Lovely, lovely. Yes, I might need to have a little go. It's something I've never done, and it does intrigue me. So I might need to find a class local. Right, anyway, I'm going to go because I've got lots and lots to get on the thing. Remember, check out the website. All those fabrics we did in the What's in the Box are on now, and there are fat quarter bundles available. If there is anything... oh, you're not too late, Lynn. Hello, my darling. If there's anything you ever see and you think, I really want fat quarters of that, and it's not on a website, drop us a message, give us a call. We can normally sort it out for you, okay? So take care and speak to you tomorrow. Bye.